Present perfect versus simple past tense. Christy Reyes, Miracosta College. Simple past is for actions or states that started and finished in the past, that are not true or happening now. Present perfect has three uses. First, an action or state that started in the past and is still true now. For example, I have worked here for a long time, or I have worked here since 1998. 2. A past action or state that is finished, but the time is not stated. They have attended a conference in Hawaii before. 3. A repeated past action. He has never been late for work. She has talked to the supervisor about the problem many times. Let's look at the differences between these verb tenses a bit more and then practice. Take notes on your paper. Difference 1. Simple past is for actions or events that happened in the past and are not true or continuing now. Finished past. For example, I studied biology in my country for 3 years. I studied from 2010 to 2013. Present perfect is for actions or events that started in the past, continue at the present time, and may continue in the future. They are still true and continue now. They are unfinished. For example, I have studied biology in my country for the past 3 years. I started 3 years ago and I'm still studying these days. Difference 2. Simple past is for actions or events that happened at a specific time in the past. For example, I lived in San Diego for 1 year in 1999. Present perfect is for actions or events that happened at an unspecified time in the past, not a specific past time. For example, I have lived in San Diego before. Difference 3. Both verb tenses can be used for unfinished time periods with time expressions. Simple past is for actions or events that are complete in a period of time that is unfinished. For example, I worked overtime 3 days this week. This week is not over, but I will not work overtime again this week. Present perfect for actions or events that may happen again in a period of time that is unfinished. For example, I have worked overtime 3 days this week. The week is not over, and I might still work overtime again this week. Forming the two verb tenses, we have practiced simple past and present perfect in class. Simple past, for regular verbs, we form the past tense by adding ed. For irregular verb forms, you simply need to memorize the most commonly used irregular verbs. Questions and negatives are formed in the manner you see here. For present perfect, the form is subject plus have or has plus the past participle. For regular verb forms, or those that have ed for simple past, the past participle is the same. For irregular verb forms, you simply need to memorize the most commonly used irregular verb form past participles. The way to form questions and negatives in present perfect is shown here. There are key words we use for each verb tense. For simple past, we typically use specific past times. So words like yesterday, last week, a long time ago. And for present perfect, we can use since or for to indicate the duration. And we can also use these words: already, yet, ever for questions, never, before, and several, many, etc. times. Which verb form is correct? On your paper, select the correct verb form from the two provided in parentheses. Be prepared to explain your selection. Good luck!